Hello again, daily fourth graders. Welcome back to Math with Miss Lichtl. Today we're going to be going over math lesson 5. Oh wait, no. We're not in module 5, we are in module 6. Module 6, lesson 7. And today we're going to be modeling numbers that have, okay, wait for it, that have hundreds, tens, ones, tenths, and hundredths. We're getting fancy today, you guys. It's going to be awesome. So before we get started, I need you to have a piece of paper and a pencil out. We're going to be doing some practice problems together the first half of the video, and then I'll give you your assignment that you will be uploading to Padlet. So make sure your supplies are ready to go and you're ready to participate. All right, you guys. So I want you to write down this number. And while you're writing it down, I want you to think about how you would say this number. So maybe I actually kind of want you to pause. How would you say this number? How would you say this number? Well, let's try to do it together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. 482 and 79 hundredths. This decimal point, you say the word and. So 482 and 79 hundredths. Great job. So for a little warm up today, I want you guys to tell me the value of the numbers that I point to. So we'll look at the 4, for example. What is the value of the 4? Value is 400 because it's in the hundreds place. What is the value of the 9? It's 9 hundredths because it's in the hundredths place. All right, what is the value of the 2? You're right, 2 ones. What's the value of the 7? 7 tenths, you're right. And what is the value of the 8? 8 tens, you got it. So you guys, now that we've kind of gone over the value of each of the numbers in this number, I want us to practice expanding this number. We're going to write it in expanded form. And my goodness, we have learned many, many different forms of numbers this year, expanded being one of them. So I want you to think, how do we write numbers in expanded form? What is it going to look like? I actually would like for you to pause the video and try it on your own first before we begin. How would we write 482 and 79 hundredths in expanded form? Pause the video and try it out for yourself. Alright, hopefully you pause the video, but we'll continue. So when we're writing numbers in expanded form, we are showing all of the values of each number. Alright, we're showing the place value essentially. So the value of the 4 is 400. How many hundreds do we have? It's not a trick question. Right, we have 4 hundredths. So when we write in expanded form, we would write that we have 4 hundredths as a multiplication problem, right? Because 4 times 100 is basically saying we have 4 groups of 100. How can we show that we have 8 tens? You're right, 8 times 10. We have 2 ones. How would we show that? 2 times 1. I'm going to have to go down here. Plus, we have 7 tenths. 7 times 1 tenth. And then, there we go. And then we have 9 tenths. So 9 groups, oh sorry, not tenths, 9 hundredths. So 9 times 100th. This is how we would write it in expanded form. Great job, you guys. Alrighty, this is something that you will have to do for later, so make sure that you know where all of these numbers came from. Maybe rewatch it before you do the Padlet today. But I want to move on to another kind of practice session with you. And we're going to be going back to place value and place value discs. Oh yeah, it's going to be fun. So I need you guys on your paper. You're going to set up a place value chart with 3 columns. We're going to have ones over here. And then we have tenths and hundredths. But I just want to show you real quick, because we know we have a decimal point in here, I like to, and it's just going to be kind of hard to show it, but I like to, ooh, wow, that was not very pretty. That's okay though. I like to draw like a separate little column for my decimal point right there, just so I know that I'm separating my whole numbers to my decimals. All right, you guys. So I want you guys to draw 2 ones in your place value chart. Okay, 2 ones. And what I want you to think about right now is how many tenths are in 2 ones? How many tenths are in 2 ones? How can we show that? Think back to, oh my gosh, module 1, module 3 on multiplication, module 4. I think module 3 was division. So we did this during all of those modules, you guys. So we can regroup, right? So we can show 1, 1. If we move it down to the tenths, how many tenths would 1, 1 turn into? You're right, it would turn into 10 of them. My gosh, these are much smaller than the other ones, but that's okay. 10 tenths, and then same with my other one, would also turn into 10 tenths. So you guys, how many tenths is 2 ones? 2 ones equals 20 tenths. Beautiful. So before we continue, before I give you your task, I want you to practice this a few times. You will need to have a place value chart drawn on your paper. But I have 3 problems for you to practice, 3 place value chart problems. And here they are. I would like for you to draw 2 tenths in your place value chart and see how many hundredths are in 2 tenths. I want you to draw 1, 1 and 3 tenths and figure out how many tenths that represents. And then I want you to draw 2 tenths and 3 hundredths and show how many hundredths that represents. I will put the answers to these problems in the description box below. Alrighty guys, now that we have gone over all of that practice, I want to give you your assignment. So for the assignment for this lesson, you are going to be creating your own place value discs. Yeah, this is going to be very strange. We would be drawing them, if we were in class, or if we had manipulatives, we'd be using those. But since we're not in class, you guys are going to create your own place value discs. So essentially you're going to choose, small objects. Maybe it's paper clips, maybe it's beans, maybe it's buttons. And you're going to assign a place value to each of those objects. So maybe my hundreds are buttons, my tens are beans, my ones are paper clips, my tenths are, I don't know, pens, and my hundredths are cotton balls. Why not? They can be anything. So what you guys are going to be doing is you're going to come up with a number that has a hundreds place, a tens, a ones, a tenths, and a hundredths place. Okay? So you might do the number like we did earlier. We did 482 and 79 hundredths. You might do a number similar to that. You're going to represent that number using your place value discs, but they're really whatever object you choose. All right? So you are going to represent your number on a place value chart using your place value discs, and then you're going to take a picture of it showing your number. And you'll upload that to Padlet, and also you're going to upload to Padlet your number in expanded form. Okay? So remember we did, like I said earlier, we did the number 482 and 79 hundredths. Your number will have to have all of those place values. Hundreds, tens, ones, tenths, and hundredths. Alrighty? So I really look forward to seeing what you guys use as place value discs. It's going to be very interesting and kind of fun to see on Padlet. If you have questions, rewatch the video or message me or Miss Coach on Teams or put a comment down below. All right, thanks for tuning in, you guys, and we'll see you next time.